Well, unfortunately, although officially we should already be in stage 2 of the Gaza ceasefire peace plan, in reality, really the violence in the Gaza Strip has continued. Over 300 Palestinians have been killed inside the Gaza Strip since the ceasefire has been announced. There hasn't been a cessation of violence inside the Gaza Strip. I think it's quite unlikely that we will really move into phase 2 of the ceasefire, particularly because there's really little, if any, prospect that the Israeli army are going to withdraw any further. Certainly, I don't expect them to leave the Gaza Strip anytime soon, and I don't think there's much chance for Hamas to agree to give up its weapons anytime soon. So I fear that the present status quo inside the Gaza Strip is likely to continue perhaps for a long time to come. Well, I think on paper, the agreement's likely to stand because I think the Trump administration have really, invested in the success of this agreement. I think that President Trump is going to do what he can to prevent a full-scale return of war. So I think, the agreement is likely to remain in place despite the, constant violations of it on the ground. And so that's really the challenge, is how to get, in particular, the Trump administration to pay attention to what's happening on the ground and to ensure that both sides, both Israel and Hamas, actually abide by what they've already officially agreed to. In my opinion, really not even the US one man, Donald Trump. He was instrumental in bringing about this agreement, particularly the pressure that he applied on Prime Minister Netanyahu to agree to this ceasefire. And I think his continued involvement and the pressure that he can apply on Prime Minister Netanyahu, along with the pressure that Qatar and Egypt can apply on Hamas, is important. But in particular, President Trump himself, I think, has the most leverage in this situation. Well, we need all three. I mean, there can't be any reconstruction inside the Gaza Strip if there's no security in the Gaza Strip. Countries aren't going to commit the vast sums of money needed for reconstruction if the situation inside Gaza is still so unstable. So, I mean, there's lots of plans out there, and I think the plan that President Trump put forward on paper is at least a sound plan, although there's a lot of ambiguities around it. Ultimately, you need to have a Palestinian-led governance inside the Gaza Strip. That's essential. Ultimately, it needs to be, the future of the Gaza Strip needs to be determined by Gazans and people who live there. But unfortunately, I don't think there's much prospect for reconstruction as long as the situation on the ground inside Gaza remains as volatile and as violent as it is at the moment. I do see a path. I think it's a very narrow path for a Palestinian state. Ultimately, I continue to believe that self-determination for the Palestinians, Palestinian statehood, is essential for a resolution of the conflict. But I recognize that every day that passes, the prospects for a Palestinian state grow dimmer and dimmer.